So in this presentation, I am going to list out the formulas which are required to solve the problem in photoelectric effect. Here I have written the terms which are used in the formula. First you should know the notations which are used in the formula. So without knowing the notations, we can't use the specific formulas for solving a particular problem. So what is E? E is nothing but energy of the photon. H is the Planck's constant, its value is given, and nu is called as frequency of the radiation, lambda is called wavelength of the radiation, nu naught is called frequency, threshold frequency, pi naught is called as work function of the metal, lambda naught is called threshold wavelength, c is speed of light, its value is already known, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, VO is called stopping potential, and E is called charge of the electron, and V is the speed of the electron. So this is the very basic fundamental notations which are often used everywhere in photoelectric effect problems. So before going to learn about the formulae, first you should know about photon. What is photon? Photon is nothing but a quantum of energy related to the light. Okay, whenever light travels in the space, that is traveling in the form of packet of energy. That packet of energy is called, what is this? Photon. And that photon, it behaves like a wave as well as like a particle. So that wave particle nature, that is simply called as, what is this? Dual nature. It is behaving in two forms. And when it travels in the space, it never be at rest, and it travels, is clear, in this velocity 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Now we are going to list out the formulas which are required to solve the problem in related to photon. The fundamental formulas are there to learn about photon. First, you should know that photon, it behaves like a wave as well as like a particle. Definitely they should have frequency as well as wavelength. Are you clear? So here the particles, light particles, photons, they have energy now. To calculate the energy, this is the fundamental formula. E is equal to h nu. So this is the formula. Are you clear? So the formula, it starts right from here. This is the first formula related to photon. By knowing the frequency, we can calculate the energy. The next one is, we know very well that C is equal to nu lambda. Substitute here, you will get another formula to calculate energy with the help of wavelength, that is hc by lambda. Are you clear? E is equal to hc by lambda. And then the third formula is, from this we are able to calculate the wavelength of the photon. Wavelength is equal to hc divided by E. So this is the third formula. And nu, are you clear? What is nu? Frequency of the photon can be calculated by E by h. Are you clear? So from the single formula, we are able to obtain different formulas. And another one is momentum. Momentum of the photon can be calculated by, P is a symbol for momentum. Momentum of the photon is E photon. Are you clear? The energy of the photon, that is to be divided by C. So this is the another expression. This one can be taken as fifth expression. Are you clear? And then sixth expression, momentum, the same momentum can be calculated by h nu by C. So in that format we can write, by knowing the frequency we can calculate the momentum of the photon. This one can be written as momentum is equal to h by lambda. So this is another formula. Momentum can be calculated by using the wavelength. And then seventh one, lambda can be calculated by h by p. Are you clear? Just look at, totally 7 formulas are available. Is it clear? By knowing one thing, is it clear, we are able to calculate the another one. So know all the relationships, fundamental relationships related to photon. If any small problems are asked, you are supposed to solve the problem by using this simple formula. Okay. Now we are going to see the formulas which are required to calculate the work function. What is work function? Work function is the minimum energy which is required to remove the electron from the metal surface with the help of the photon. Are you clear? So whenever photon, light particle strikes on the metal surface, what will happen? That photon's energy that is transferred to the electron, that electrons that can be removed from the metal surface. For that a minimum energy is required. That minimum energy required is called as what is this? Work function. It is constant for a particular metal. Okay, now just I will introduce the formula alone. Work function pi naught can be written as h nu naught. This is a formula. So this is called as threshold frequency. By multiplying threshold frequency with the Planck's constant, we are able to calculate the which one? Work function. Okay. So the next immediate formula is work function can also be written as hc divided by lambda naught. Here lambda naught is called as threshold wavelength. Are you clear? Threshold wavelength. So know these two formulas. From the first one, we are able to derive the another formula. Threshold frequency can be calculated. Nu naught is equal to work function divided by h. In that format, another formula can be derived. The fourth one, we are able to calculate lambda naught, threshold wavelength, by using the second one. Are you clear? hc divided by pi naught. By knowing the work function, which one can be calculated? Threshold wavelength can be calculated. What is threshold frequency? That is a minimum frequency of the incident photon, which is required to remove the electron from the metal surface. Are you clear? That is called as what is this? Threshold frequency. This is called threshold wavelength. Are you clear? So by knowing one formula, the other factors can be calculated successively. You should know how to interchange the formulas. Okay. In the case of photoelectric effect, whenever the photon, when it strikes on the metal surface, especially on the cathode, what happens? If the frequency is greater than threshold frequency, photoelectrons will be emitted. That photoelectrons, they will have kinetic energy. Now we are going to concentrate on the kinetic energy of the photoelectrons. Since the electrons are ejected out with the help of photon, such kind of electrons are called photoelectron. There is no difference between the electron and photoelectron. Both have negative charge. Since they are all removed with the help of the photon's energy, specifically these electrons are called photoelectrons. Now we are going to see some of the important formulas which are required to calculate the kinetic energy of the photoelectron. Already we have learned the graph is clear in the case of stopping potential, as well as the in between the photoelectric current and stopping potential. There we have derived one important formula, that is nothing but half mv max. This is called as what is this? Maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron. That one can be equated with EVO. What is EVO? VO is called stopping potential. If electrons charge, if it is multiplied with stopping potential, you will get the energy which is supplied across the two electrode. Are you clear? If this much amount of energy is supplied, what will happen? That one will be transformed to the kinetic energy of the maximum kinetic energy of the electron. Therefore, half mv max square is equal to EVO. So this is a very important formula. Wherever EVO appears, there you can replace EVO with the help of half mv max square, or wherever half mv max square comes, there that factor can be replaced with the help of EVO. Are you clear? From this simple formula, we can get the another formula to calculate the maximum velocity of the photoelectron. V max is equal to, how will you write? So here square is there, EVO can be written as it is, divided by, cross multiply this 2, divided by m can be written. In the next step we can write it as V max square, V max is equal to square root of 2EVO divided by m. So this is a formula to calculate the maximum velocity of the photoelectron. Are you clear? So note down the important formula, and then this entire thing can be written as Ke max. Simply it can be written as Ke max. That is equivalent to which one? EVO. Don't forget. Are you clear? If you use this formula, by knowing stopping potential and electron charge, we are able to calculate the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron. If you use this formula, the answer must be given in terms of Joule. Don't forget. So clear, the same formula can be used But if you want to calculate the answer in terms of electron volt, so clear, simply this VO can be used. Are you clear? So by dividing E, is clear, the joule value will be converted into electron volt. So the final answer will appear in terms of electron volt. Are you clear? So don't forget E and VO, if both are multiplied, the answer will be in terms of joule. If VO alone is taken into the consideration, the kinetic energy that can be measured in terms of electron volt. So these are all the fundamental simple things that you should know to solve the problems. Okay. Now we are going to derive various formulae related to Einstein's photoelectric equation. From the single formula, we are able to derive several kind of formulas which are required to solve various problems in photoelectric effect. The first and foremost important formula is h nu is equal to h nu naught plus half m v max square. So this is the equation which is often called as, what is this? Einstein's photoelectric equation. How this formula can be altered? Look at that. H nu is equal to h nu naught can be replaced by pi naught, work function, half m v max square. Are you clear? And then from this second formula, we are able to get the work function formula, that is h nu minus half m v max square. So that is the derivation of the third one. So here the same formula, third one, can be written as h nu minus, this entire factor can be replaced simply as Ke max. Sometimes in problem, maximum kinetic energy will be given and frequency of the incident photon will be given, and will be asked to find out the work function of the metal. Are you clear? And then fifth one, from this above formula, we are able to get the kinetic energy of the maximum kinetic energy of the photo electron can be obtained, that is h nu minus pi naught. This is the next formula available. Okay. And then sixth formula, Ke max, maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron is equal to h nu. This factor can be replaced as h nu naught. Sometimes it's clear, the threshold frequency and the frequency of the incident photon will be given, will be asked to calculate the Ke max. Sometimes wavelength will be given, threshold wavelength and the wavelength of the incident photon will be given. By the time the formula must be altered. Are you clear? Ke max is equal to hc divided by lambda minus hc divided by lambda naught must be written, and this one could be simplified. Are you clear? Ke max is equal to hc can be taken as a constant factor, and after taking constant factor simplification, we can write it as lambda naught minus lambda divided by lambda into lambda naught. So this is another formula available from the main formula. Are you clear? And then one more formula, very interesting one, to calculate the frequency of the incident photon. This formula is also available from the derivation, 1 by h in bracket pi naught plus half mv max square. So this is another formula available. Okay. And then totally I have written 9 formulae. Okay. So as a 10th one we can write, h nu is equal to pi naught. So here that half mv max square, that can be replaced by ev naught. Okay. So pi naught in this formula I am saying, here ev naught can be written plus evo. We know very well that half mv max square is equal to evo. Therefore this part is replaced by evo. Okay. So whenever stopping potential is given, this formula must be used. Understood? So therefrom we are able to get the another formula. What is this? As a continuation, I will write the next formula, that is 11th one. Here the same formula that can be altered, that is 10th formula can be altered, that is EVO. EVO is equal to uh, h nu minus pi naught. So this is another formula available. Therefrom we are able to get the formula for VO. Okay, VO is equal to h nu minus pi naught divided by E. Are you clear? So to calculate the stopping potential by knowing the work function and incident frequency, this formula to be used. Okay, and then another formula is also available, that is VO is equal to h nu minus h nu naught divided by E. Sometime work function may not be given, threshold frequency may be given, by the time this formula to be used. Are you clear? And then by knowing the wavelength, another formula can be used, that is in this part we can write instead of nu we can write wavelength. Okay, so how to write this? Here 1 by E can be written, and h is also a constant. Are you clear? So h is a constant, so we can write it as nu minus nu naught. So this is another formula available. Are you clear? The 15th one, VO is equal to h divided by E can be written, instead of nu we can write C by lambda, minus C divided by lambda naught can be written, and the C can be taken out, and finally we will be getting the formula for stopping potential, that is Hc divided by E. 1 by lambda naught, lambda minus 1 by lambda naught can be written. After simplification we can write it as this, take LCM and then you will get the another formula, that is Hc divided by E, in bracket we can write it as lambda naught minus lambda divided by lambda into lambda naught can be written. Are you clear? So see, various formulas are available from the single concept. Are you clear? So in photoelectric effect, by knowing 2 or 3 factors, the other factors can be calculated. Are you clear? Therefore, just for the sake of convenience, I have derived all the possible formulae. By knowing all the formulae, try to solve the problem. Are you clear? The most important thing while solving the problem in photoelectric effect is the conversion of the units from one system into another system. Usually the unit of energy that is measured in terms of joule. Are you clear? All mechanical work and the respective energies, they are measured in terms of joule. But here the work is done by the photon, and the removal of the electron is also done by the photon. So whenever the electron comes out from the metals they will have their own energy, the energy of the photoelectron, that should be measured in terms of electron volt. Are you clear? That is very important. The energy of the photoelectron must be measured only in terms of electron volt. Know the important formula conversion. 1 electron volt is equivalent to 1.609 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joule. Now I am going to tell you how to convert the electron volt, the energy in electron volt, that should be converted into joule. Here the answer obtained, the energy answer obtained in electron volt, that must be simply multiplied with this factor 1.609 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Automatically the energy will be obtained in terms of joule. Another important thing is how to convert the energy in terms of joule into electron volt. What we have to do, the energy obtained in joule, that must be divided by this factor 1.609 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So automatically the final answer arrived will be in terms of electron volt. Know both the two conversions, don't commit any error while converting one form of energy into another unit of energy. Okay, very important one. So if you commit any error, automatically the final answer it won't be correct. That's why I am repeatedly saying that know the conversion, according to that do the problems. Okay.